This is a battle in the Use It and Lose It tournament round 1. And the reason why I'm going back to round 1 with this is because Iraklis sent a bunch of replays all the way from round 1 to round 3, and I want to cast those games. So I have already cast his round 2 game, but I also want to get the round 1 game in there. So now we're getting a round 1 game. Iraklis is commanding Baktria. He has Scale Thorax Hoplites on the flanks, or 1 Scale Thorax Hoplite, then he has a Bactrian Royal Guard. His center is 4 Thorax. I was about to say Thorax Hoplites, but they are Thorax Swords. It's just so unusual to see a Thorax Sword center that I had a hard time even saying Thorax Swords. So Eastern Slingers, we have 4 Eastern Slingers in the center. Actually, make that, 4 plus a Bactrian Peltast also on the flank there. And Mercenary Scythian Horse Archers, 4 of those, together with 4 of the very good, very good Baktria Noble Horse. Beastly stats, just great cavalry, anti-cavalry cavalry, 95 armor, 90 health, very good. Now for Macedon, we have Thessalians on the flanks, so 4 Thessalians. We have a companion in the center, javelins. Then we have slingers, 4 slingers. I'm sure the javelins are there in case elephants are brought by Baktria. Mercenary Thracians, and also a center of Thorax Swords, Hoplites. Now, Macedon has gone... Macedon needs some... needs something to deal with these Mercenary Scythian Horse Archers. One way of dealing with Horse Archers is to just ignore them and just push regardless. Contract your cavalry so that the Horse Archers aren't able to get any targets out on the flanks, and do this, like send a unit of Tereos out. But these Iraklis is actually going to fire on these Tereos, even though they are in the forest here. A Bactrian Noble Horse could do significant damage to the Tereos on the charge, being heavy melee, but Thessalians being kept in support wisely. This is a huge problem for Macedon though, because these mercenary Thracians could be so important in getting the armor of the Bactrian Noble Cav off the field. But here Bactrian Noble Horse charging into the Tereos, and also getting into the Thessalians here, it seems. So a very risky move, because now the Bactrians are fighting both Thessalians and Tereos. The Thessalians are being pulled out, but they already lost so much, and this is testament to how effective Bactrian Noble Horse can be. Now the Thessalians are exposing themselves here by chasing. So they're taking damage, they're getting charged by the Bactrian Noble Horse, but the Bactrian Noble Horse is getting charged by Tereos. Very nicely done here though by Iraklis in rear charging these Tereos and getting into the Thessalian cavalry. But he's using quite a lot of units to defeat the flanks here, and he's also about to lose the Bactrian Noble Horse. In the center we have the Eastern Slingers firing a bit of a skirmish against the crappy Slingers. It's not like the infantry of Macedon is able to just steamroll the infantry of... these aren't Thorax Hoplites, they are just standard shitty Hoplites. 1 Bactrian Noble Horse off the field, the Tereos off the field, the Thessalians. These Horse Archers just don't care, they're killing friend and foe alike here. So here we have the Scaled Thorax Hoplites going into Phalanx. And you might wonder, well, why the hell would he go into Phalanx? I'll just take this in slow motion. Why the hell would he go into Phalanx? Why wouldn't he countercharge? And while that is going on, we're getting charges down the line, because clearly it wasn't a micro issue. Iraklis is getting his countercharges all across the line except here. Now the reason for doing so is, of course, because there are these Bactrian Peltasts. So by contracting the formation and using Phalanx, he's going to limit the amount of Thracian warriors that are able to fight his mercenary Thracian warriors, and he's also going to be able to fire into the flanks of the Thracian warriors. So getting a scaled thorax hoplite, the scaled thorax hoplites are getting some kills. The major part of the killing is done by the Bactrian peltasts using their precision shots. So a nice little micro move there by Iraklis. The Bactrian Royal Guard are going to do a lot of damage to Thorax Swords, especially when using Battle Rhythm, bringing their weapon damage up to sword levels, also bringing their melee damage up to their weapon, their fucking melee attack, bringing that also up to sword unit level. Thessalians coming around the flanks towards the Bactrian Peltas. They probably don't have too much ammo left. Into the Bactrian Noble Horse we go. I'm not sure if they got the charge. Yeah, they probably got the charge, just judging by the amount of kills. But then the Thessalians are getting slaughtered by this unit of Bactrian Peltasts, which has been very useful. Here we have the Bactrian Noble Horse fighting against Companions. Companions doing a very good job against them. Oh, these poor skirmishers. Just going to get herded by the mercenary Scythian horse archers. And yep, those are some very dead slingers. In this particular case, it's better to not run away. It's better to just stand and fire and hope to kill some units. Because running away, you're just going to get the rear charge penalties. And it's not like these guys are going to get a lot of kills through their weapon damage quickly. But if you turn your back, then you're essentially you're going to lose that much quicker. So very nicely done by Iraklis in just mopping up the skirmishers there. Another engagement with Thessalians against Bactrian Noble Horse. The Bactrian Noble Horse losing decisively on the charge. But even a half-strength Bactrian Noble Horse could start racking up kills against the Thessalians. A bit questionable, but it's not like it matters. Just something that caught my attention. And just look at how much Iraklis has left. He's won most of the central engagements. He's basically won the flanks. Here is just kiting away the companion cavalry using heavy shot to slaughter the companions. So there's not a lot of Macedon left on the field. Lost skirmishers getting chased away. The Thessalians looks like they won against the depleted Bactrians, but now they're just getting charged by Bactrian Peltasts, charged by Bactrian Noble Horse, charged by Scaled Thorax Hoplites, and very nice kills on the Scaled Thorax Hoplites, I have to say. So yeah, if we look at what Iraklis has left here, it hardly looks like his army has fought anything, because he has so many units left. This is Baktria is definitely a stronger faction than Macedon, and in no small part you can see what the horse archers were able to do. The Bactrian Noble Horse wasn't, in terms of kills, it wasn't that important, but in terms of tying down the units, doing a bit of damage, very important. And I have to say that Scaled Thorax Hoplite together with the Bactrian Peltasts against the charging mercenary Thracian warriors, one of the reasons why I like watching Iraklis' games. So Epic Noob was a bit, I mean, Iraklis using Baktria this early, round 1 against Macedon, he's definitely using a stronger faction, so he's lost access to Baktria, which may or may not matter later on. Because what Baktria has is, it has the basic Greek infantry, but together with the Eastern Slingers, the mercenary Scythian horse, and the Bactrian Noble Horse, that makes for a nice combination. Not super powerful. They're basically a Greek faction with access to better cavalry and some horse archers, but they can be good under the right circumstances. So Macedon doesn't really have anything that they can bring that is just going to be better than what Baktria can bring. Aside from, of course, in the shock cavalry department, but Thessalians die so quickly to skirmishers, And the mercenary Thracian warriors, anytime you have mercenary Scythian horse on the field, that's going to be a big problem. And the mercenary Scythian horse archers can take away a lot of the mobility of Macedon by forcing the Thessalians to stay closer to the formation. And in that type of scenario, it's very difficult for Baktria for Macedon to be used effectively against the Baktria. Strength and honor.